Viva Las Vegas! Viva soccer in Las Vegas as the football returns to Cashman Field here in Nevada. It's the Las Vegas Lights taking on another MLS foe in the Vancouver Whitecaps. Hello everybody, I'm Tyler Terrence, joined by none other than ex-German pro Devin Kerr, and we are so glad that you can join us for another historic night of soccer here in Nevada. And as we're going to take a look at Vancouver this entire evening, one man we're going to have to start with is one of the best goal scorers in the history of Major League Soccer, and that's Kai Kamara.
How can you not, Tyler? Kai Kamara, former MVP finalist, former MLS All-Star, two-time, by the way, and you're going to see 98 goals scored. That's good for 10th all-time. Big, powerful frame from Sierra Leone. They are going to have to keep a close eye, this back line of Las Vegas, if they're going to turn the lights out on Kamara.
Spent last year with the New England Revolution, had 22 goals in 2015, tied for the league lead with Sebastian Giovico of Toronto FC. And on the other side, another prolific goal scorer who's made a number of stops in his career. And every stop, he's proved to do one thing, and that's put the ball in the back of the net. None other than the most recent signing, Sammy Ochoa.
Sammy Ochoa, most recently coming over from the successful season in Sacramento Republic last year, and what a mainstay he was in that squad. The space maker. He is all over the pitch, turning left, turning right. Dead balls, set pieces all around the pitch. They're going to need him to get going and get going early if they're going to take down this very talented Whitecap squad.
And now the starting 11, which is brought to you by Zappos, presenting the Lights FC jersey at zappos.com/soccer. And for Vancouver, 8 out of the 11 starters from 2017 on the pitch here for 2018.
Well, they're going to be looking to follow up last year's season and go a little bit further, struggling in the Northwest. But watch Sean Franklin in the back, Camp and Viti coming into that very talented back line. And then look up top, as we talked about, Kai Kamara, Davies, and Teixeira. They are going to wreak havoc, hopefully, here against Vegas this evening.
Efrain Juarez as well out wide, the Mexican mainstay for the national team. And then for El Chelis, a little bit of a different look tonight. They're going with a 3-4-3. They love this energetic, creative type of football.
And with Chelis, what he's looking to do with Portugal and Kobayashi is solidify that bench in midfield so that they can get everything going and bring a little bit more chemistry to this squad. Struggled a little bit with some long ball last weekend, but they are extremely talented, they are extremely technical, and they are extremely capable to push this squad to greatness.
Angel Alvarez getting the start between the sticks tonight for El Chelis as well. And it's going to be Isaac Diaz and Sammy Ochoa out wide for El Chelis and the Las Vegas Lights FC, who are looking to take down an MLS team who has been to 2 out of the last 3 Western Conference semifinals. That's the Vancouver Whitecaps. It's all coming your way next.
Hey, yo, I'm Jafar Opso, and I'm here with my man, Brandon. Brandon, what makes you a better basketball player? Is it your shots?
Nah, Jafar.
Brandon, is it the crossover?
Nah, Jafar.
Is it the shoes?
Nah, Jafar.
Is it the height?
Nah, Jafar.
Then what is it?
It's rubber report.
Here's your Las Vegas history moment. The historic West Side School, which opened in 1923, was the first to educate Native American and African American students here in Las Vegas. It remains the oldest school building in the state of Nevada and recently underwent a $12.5 million restoration. Projects like the West Side School are made possible thanks in part to the sale of the Las Vegas Centennial license plate. For more information, call 702-229-6672.
Las Vegas has become a great place to bike, walk, and jog. Unfortunately, there are dangers on our streets. Pedestrian fatalities are at epidemic levels, according to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. And these are fatalities police say are 99% preventable.
I think it's a global problem. I think it's everybody's issue.
Among the many specialty plates available through the Nevada Department of Motor Vehicles, you'll find this one. This Share the Road plate helps fund educational projects through grants from the Nevada Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Board. It's hoped this Share the Road message will not only remind motorists to look out for pedestrians, it will remind pedestrians to always choose safety over convenience.
I know that sometimes the crosswalks may be a little bit farther than you want, but think about this. Is it worth your life or your health and safety to take that chance? I don't think so.
Back here in beautiful Las Vegas, and more specifically Cashman Field, for another night of magnificent football for the Las Vegas Lights Football Club as they take on the Vancouver Whitecaps from just a little bit north of the border. Again, Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr. Glad you can join us. And now let's take a look at your Findlay Toyota keys to the match. Findlay Toyota is an official partner of Las Vegas Lights FC. And Devin, it's very simple for Las Vegas, or maybe a little bit easier said than done. And first at the top of the list is Contain Kai.
Well, we talked about Kai Kamara at the top of the broadcast, and it's just like it sounds, Contain Kai. Forget all the accolades, the all-stars, the goals. All you need to do is lock him down and do it consistently so that you don't have to worry about that threat coming forward.
And as well as calculated composure and keeping it simple is what El Chalice is going to be trying to relay to his team. El Chalice taking over Las Vegas Lights FC in their inaugural season. And the coaching staff obviously was not exactly pleased with the way that the match against Montreal went, but thought that the fans enjoyed what certain spells of offensive possession that they did have, but he wants to make sure that their team sees a lot more of the ball. And on the other side, Carl Robinson in his 5th season with Vancouver, just an outstanding coach, an up-and-coming coach at that. And this is a team that has been very steady in Major League Soccer. 2 out of the last 3 Western Conference semifinals have had the Vancouver Whitecaps in them, but they've fallen to the likes of some quality teams and some quality players. Most recently it was Clint Dempsey taking them down in the 2017 Western Conference semifinals, as we are underway from Cashman for the 2nd game ever in the history of Las Vegas Lights FC, as they're still looking for their first goal, and it might come from one of our star players to watch, Sammy Ochoa, but we'll have to wait and find out. Kobayashi getting an early touch. Lights already looking very composed on the ball. Torre able to win a deep throw-in. Lights again coming off of that tough 2-0 loss to Montreal in their last preseason matchup. Torre with a long throw-in. Could be an opportunity here. The ball towards the back post. Still a chance. Ochoa waiting at the front post, and Vancouver able to clear their lines, but already a very strong start for Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's much better from Vegas. There's the composure that we talked about, not getting rattled whatsoever. Vancouver putting some nice pressure on them, but Vegas not backing down from the challenge whatsoever. Some nice ball movement, knocked a decent one in, and they need to continue this streak.
El Chalice and the coaching staff telling us earlier this week that the fans certainly deserve better and will get better from their side, especially as the preseason and regular season progresses, saying that the fans pay here to come and see quality football, and that's what they deserve. And just a very upfront approach, and just seems like he really understands the concept of this game. And the entire Las Vegas back line thought that play must have been called offside, but the flag stayed down. And right on cue was Angel Alvarez, the 20-year-old, getting the start between the sticks tonight.
And Tyler, to your point, both Chalice and his son, who also is his assistant coach, Isidro, telling us, like you said, that they weren't consistent enough. They didn't do a good enough job from the bench telling their players to stay composed and keep calm. They let them play a little bit of kickball, which you saw didn't really bring them a lot of great ball movement around the field, and they started playing long ball. They weren't able to get on the end of it, started making a few mistakes here and there, and you know, a decent outing in their first match, and unfortunately it went south quite rapidly.
So we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Vancouver having 8 out of their 11 starters from 2017 in their starting lineup tonight, but they do have one camp invite in the starting lineup, and that's Sean Franklin, wearing number 15 and playing the outside back position, actually with the ball in his hands, taking the throw-in on the far side of Cashman Field.
I think with Vancouver, their biggest question is going to be who's going to be the counterpart to Kai up top.
And that ball was intended for Kai Kamara. It was good work from Mosquita. Good defending as well from the Lights, and they concede their first corner of the match.
In situations like this last year, they were looking to the likes of Freddie Montero, who is obviously gone, and Kai kind of the solo pundit up top, if you will, but Teixeira very talented, Davies very talented, and again, all the talent in the world in Efrain Juarez, Tybert, and Mesquita in the middle, just looking to find the right combination going forward in that northwest section.
Towards the near post, well defended by the Lights, but right back out from where Stick came. One-time shot, blocked in front, and the center backs urging the entire Lights 11 to push up the field and make it difficult on this Vancouver back line to try and play out, and that's exactly what they're doing. Comes out wide for Lugo. Bothered a little bit right at the last by Alphonso Davies. 17-year-old out of Edmonton. Alatorre with another long throw-in opportunity. These are so useful. Ball comes in so flat, almost more dangerous than a corner. It's all about getting that first touch. Ochoa trying to post up inside of the box, claiming that his jersey was getting pulled at. Lugo unable to get there. And Marinovic able to claim it cleanly.
Speaking of big frames, there's that big frame of Kendall Waston, the Costa Rican, standing at 6'5", and you saw every inch of it being utilized there. Very well done by the defender.
Waston in his 5th season with Vancouver. And the Whitecaps are going to have that play called back. Flag is up on the far side. See El Chalice at the bottom of your screen, pacing. One of the more animated coaches in world football. Just a bad giveaway there at the back. It was Hikwi who got caught with the ball underneath his foot. Las Vegas looking to act quickly on the other end. Austin forced to clear it, can't keep it in play. Work on the outside from Carlos Alvarez, trying to slot it through for Ochoa, and again Marinovic has to come off of his line. Carlos Alvarez, a great addition for this Las Vegas team. Had a very solid season with Orange County a year ago. Team that missed out on the Western Conference playoffs in the United Soccer League, but Alvarez was somebody who really put in a solid performance week in and week out, even when the team became more inconsistent as the season went on. But a great addition, and it's going to fit in nicely. Vancouver on the move yet again. Ball sent across. Alvarez off of his line. Didn't have to get a touch to it, but Vancouver looking to utilize that counterattack because it has been Las Vegas who's been pinning the back.
Well, we're jumping from Alvarez to Alvarez there, starting with Carlos over on the left-hand side. Had some nice moves moving up the pitch, and then as you worked back, Angel getting a little involved. You've seen him very quick off his line, which has caused a little frustration to the attackers from Vancouver, so that's nice to see. But he needs to make sure that he stays composed. They had a little bit of issue goalkeeping last week, being a little bit too advantageous, and you're going to get another look. Ball in behind the back line. You see Mesquita plays a good ball across, trying to bring it down off the chest, but you see Alvarez quick to jump off to it, and that's very well done by the goalkeeper.
Efrain Juarez unable to get that clean touch to it. So he was trying to bring it down in a usually hectic penalty area, and a foul called against Las Vegas.
I'll tell you what, Tyre, in the opening 10 minutes here, something I want to keep my eye on is we've seen Joel Huiki, Garduno, and Alatorre, 3 very, very, very experienced defenders. 34, 33, and 26 years of age respectively. So you can see they're just the age, forget where they played and when they started playing, just the age in general has got the experience, yet alone how long they've actually had a professional playing career, and they've been a little bit rattled. You can see the spacing has been an issue. You have to wonder what sort of communication's going on back there. Very flat, which you can understand 3 in the back, but you've got to stay tight-knit and you've got to stay composed and calm and make sure the quality communication is there.
Quality wasn't exactly there for Alatorre on that specific play. Alphonso Davies providing the pressure yet again on the outside. For Las Vegas, it is a little bit of trial and error, Just trying to figure out exactly how these pieces are going to gel together and gel together in the most efficient way. And they did go with a back four against Montreal. They're choosing to go with a back three here against Vancouver. You have to imagine if they find success with a three-back system against an MLS team, you'd be hard-pressed to find El Chelis changing things up as you got closer and closer to opening weekend for the USL.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing, is they're just looking for a formula for success right now. And both the coaching staff, players, and obviously the fans, it's going to have to take a little time and a lot of patience to figure out exactly what works for them. You know, you and I have made the analogy before, but this is a massive game of chess that is constantly evolving with any foe that you have on the other side of the squad, yet alone a side with the likes of Vancouver Whitecaps. So as long as they stay calm and continue to try and find the right arrangement, I agree with you. Eventually, they're going to see what works, they're going to capitalize on it, and it's going to be great for this city.
Tell you what, Las Vegas very active in the middle of the field, not giving Vancouver an inch of room to work with. Some footwork that's certainly easy on the eye there. Alatorre just trying to force it through Alphonso Davies. Flipped in behind the defense, but again, Marinovich off of his line. Las Vegas again coming with that high press. De Jong just forced to send it long. The flick is there, but easy work for Alvarez. And fans, inaugural season Lights season tickets include a team jersey. Details at lightsfc.com/tickets. Orduño for Alatorre. Tough challenge there on Mendoza. And it's Tybert who's called for the infraction.
As I said, Las Vegas has done quite a good job tonight holding on to the ball and trying to make space for themselves. Alex Mendoza just checking in again, getting knocked down in the middle of the park. I agree with you, very active in the middle of the field. I'd like to see a little bit more out of Kobayashi, but again, we're only 12 minutes into this game, so pretty impressive so far.
And of course, can't be understated enough the amount of support that Las Vegas Lights FC has received from the community. Essentially standing room only against Montreal. Over 10,000 fans attending that first game at Cashman. And again, another great crowd on hand and a community that has really been starving for professional soccer. And they finally have it, and they're well on their way to what's hopefully going to be a successful inaugural USL season. And there was another team in Nevada who had a lot of success, but here's Vancouver on the move. Trying to get around Alvarez, the chip. Oh, that is magnificent work. Kristen Teixeira, the 23-year-old, dazzling the defense and eventually able to chip it around Alvarez. The visitors take a 1-0 lead.
Well, we were wondering who the supporting cast was going to be for Kai Kamara up top, and there's your answer. Teixeira doing a great job. The back line of the Lights just spread out way too much. They have to stay compact. When you have three at the back, you want to spread wide going forward, and you got to bring it, tighten it back when you come back all the way. And they're playing the counter. There's too much space, and the Vancouver Whitecaps capitalized on that for sure. Great team effort by Vancouver, and they go up 1-0 here in the 13th minute.
Teixeira, 7 assists and 6 goals in 2017. Over 80 appearances for the Whitecaps in his 4th season. And the Uruguayan with really just a great individual play. As you mentioned, Devin, it just seems like there's an enormous amount of space whenever Vancouver win the ball back, because Las Vegas is doing a good job of pushing numbers forward, but it's when they give it away, and because of this new three-back system and because it's only been implemented recently, that it's difficult to try to sort out that communication and that balance.
Well, and when you're dealing with a very talented and offensive firepower squad like Vancouver, you have to stay in constant contact with each other. And again, there's going to be a learning curve. We're not exactly sure what that is, but with that 3-4-3, you've got to stay in contact with each other. You're constantly passing players back and forth. It's very zonal marking. So as soon as the ball turns over, you needed to have known before the ball's going the other direction exactly where everybody is. And I think it's just a little bit lost in translation right now, but that'll come with time and repetitions.
And on the other side for Vancouver, getting more contributions from players who have been around the block. When talking with Carl Robertson early in the week, asked him if all of that goal-scoring onus is going to fall upon Kai Kamara. He said, we know Kai Kamara is going to put goals in front if we give him that opportunity, but he's expecting a little bit more out of the guys who have been around after losing Freddie Montero and Christian Bolaños last year. 13 goals from Montero, 7 assists from Bolaños. You obviously need to sort of fill those holes, and there's only so much you can do in terms of the transfer window, but getting contributions from guys like Teixeira will go a long way come playoff time.
For sure, and exactly like you said, once you go out and make the moves, that's fine, but the players have to want it themselves. They've got to go out and, hey, realize, I want a starting job. Otherwise, you're going to be on the chopping block, and if you can't get the job done, in this day and age, make no mistake about it, there is someone hungrier behind you waiting for that spot.
Las Vegas hungry for their first goal. Shut out against Montreal and scoreless in the first 15 minutes of this one after the dazzling solo goal from Teixeira. Just a matter of getting that first one. Certainly will relieve a lot of pressure. It's going to take a little bit of hard work, this Vancouver team. Not an easy one to crack at the back. Kai Kamara applying pressure. As well as Mosqueda. Garduño. Alvarez lost it for a moment. Good penetrating ball into Ochoa. Here's Diaz. Lining it up from long range. Takes a deflection, and it will be a corner for the Lights.
And one thing you want to keep an eye on right here is number 16, Marcelo Alator, playing in the back in that 3-4-3 system. It's great that you want to get up the pitch, but you got to be really careful. We keep referencing the spacing. You get caught out of whack, and now you're sitting 2 at the back with your pants down, chasing backwards. You know what I mean? Get your shorts up, get going, get running. Otherwise, you're stuck flat-footed, and you're in trouble.
Lugo nodded back into a dangerous area. Good positive touch there from Davies. And Alphonso Davies is off to the races. Look at the pace from the teenager. Davies could take it all the way. Alphonso Davies in on goal. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Alphonso Davies going coast to coast here at Cashman. And he doubles the lead for the visitors, 2-0 to Vancouver.
And we are going to get a really, really good look at this. Alphonso Davies going coast to coast here. That near 6-foot frame, about 25 yards out. It's going to start from his box. Look at the long strides, the excellent touch into space, and he just breaks down that back line. We talked about the spacing for the Lights. It was all over the place. He goes one-on-one. Angel Alvarez is out in La La Land, stuck all on his own. And Davies has all the space, all the time. Cup of tea, finish off. Thank you very much, 2-0.
Well, I hate to use this reference because it was such an incredible goal on one of the biggest stages in world football, but it looked mighty similar to that Gareth Bale goal in the Copa del Rey final, where he just is almost forced out of bounds and has to go all the way around the defender. It wasn't necessarily to that degree, but the amount of pace displayed by Alphonso Davies, absolutely incredible, and he is one of the bright stars on the world football stage. Youngest player ever to score for the Canadian national team. Here he is, maybe looking to assist on a goal, but it is going to be blown offside. Alphonso Davies, youngest player to ever score in the United Soccer League at 15 years, 6 months. Youngest player ever to score for the Canadian national team, had a brace in the Gold Cup, and the accolades just continue to ring in for this outstanding young talent.
You and I both talked about it. Obviously so exciting to see this Las Vegas squad come out and everything that's going on there, but Alphonso Davies, not often you get an opportunity to see such a bright young talent like that, and there's an accurate representation right there of why he was just named one of the 60 best young talents in world football for 2017.
We just saw a brief glimpse of it there. Alatorre with a nice little move around Davies. Tries to send it across, takes a deflection, and another corner coming up for Las Vegas. You can tell the fans starting to get a little bit restless here at Cashman. They're itching for that first goal. Whole host of those black jerseys essentially huddled up right at the penalty spot. Lugo going all the way to the back post and eventually cut out, and Las Vegas could be caught on the counter yet again. It's Alphonso Davies streaking on the far side, barking for the ball. He's not going to get it. The ball, however, does come in, laid back to Sherratt. Great save from Alvarez. It's back out to Kamara, who's got a little bit of space. Kamara blasts it, but into the stands here at Cashman. Get another look at that save from Alvarez.
It's a phenomenal save by Angel Alvarez. There's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players from Vancouver all standing there with their opportunity to have a crack at goal. Alvarez makes a great save. And if I'm Chalice and the boys, you need to take a big, calm breath and slow this game down, or it's going to get away from you. Again, it's just a spacing issue. When you're trying to play a trick corner down and you run two, make sure your back line's solidified, because Vancouver's proving over and over again they're going to go the other way and they're going to counter fast. And unfortunately right now, Las Vegas doesn't have an answer for it.
Early ball sent in. Marinovic off of his line comes with strong fist, but the play will be blown dead anyway as it is offside. A little bit of a nervy moment there as Alphonso Davies again was applying pressure to Angel Alvarez. The fitness level for Alphonso Davies is just off the charts. He has just been back and forth the entire 22 minutes thus far. But despite the scoreline, the fans here at Cashman Field still having a wonderful time and enjoying just the fact that there is professional football in their town now. Seeing a great Major League Soccer team on display as well. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like and what the atmosphere will be like in the first week of the USL. The free kick coming out the other way as Waston called for the foul in the area. Kamara just toying with it over on the far side. Franklin going down the line. Ended up being a corner to Vancouver.
It's better though, Wiki keeping the ball in front of him, not letting it bring it back across goal. We've seen a few times allowing Vancouver to continue play and bring it into the 6, bring it to the top of the box. You'd like to turn that around, win a tackle, and get the ball and go the other way, but that's better defending.
And again, it's going to be a foul against Vancouver, essentially away from where the play was taking place. Kamara this time, the culprit. Vegas has been good defending-wise when they have numbers behind the ball, but it's just the counterattacks and the imbalance at the back that has really caused them all sorts of problems. Ochoa able to hold it up, but nobody in the middle of the park to clean up the second ball.
You're spot on, Tyler. They're playing 3 up top. You've got 3 at the back. I mean, you can do the math real quick, yet alone when you're Las Vegas trying to push numbers up. And your right back's coming all the way up the pitch, as you can see right now, right at the top of the box. This ball goes the other way, you're in trouble.
Austin gets a foot to it. Again, Vancouver are off to the races. Comes back for Davies. He's going to get there. Alvarez way off of his line. And it is going to be offside. It just seems like it's always on the weak side when it's on that counterattack as well, that there just seems to be a missing piece. Now, if you're El Chalice, are you changing formations at this point in the game? Do you make a change at halftime, or do you perhaps stick with it and see if you can sort of figure this out on your own and maybe a teaching opportunity for this crew?
Las Vegas definitely has to make a change. The problem is you've got so much talent up top by Vancouver, and they're showing time and time again, they're showing you their cards and what they're going to do. So at least they're giving you an opportunity to read their game plan. Unfortunately, their right back, Marcel Alator, who's very talented, is getting way too high up on the pitch. So number one, you got to let him sit first and foremost. You could keep the 3-4-3 formation because the middle of the field showed us in the first 12 minutes that they're capable of playing the one-on-one game versus Vancouver's midfield. You could start there. If that doesn't work, then I think you bring one more back into the back line for support, maybe go with a 4-3-3 or even a 4-5-1 to counter their counter, which would offset the numbers and give Las Vegas a little bit more of a fighting chance.
But with all of that said, is this just a formation that is not going to work flat out, even come USL time? Is it because maybe they're playing against such a high quality team in terms of Vancouver's counterattacking ability, or is it just a foregone conclusion that this is not the right formula formation-wise?
Definitely a formation that can be successful for sure. You're just seeing the youth of its infancy. You're seeing that they haven't been playing it very well. They haven't been playing it very long, I should say, excuse me. So unfortunately, that's translating into not playing very well. And it's a very disciplined formation when you play the 3-4-3. If you're gonna play 3 at the back, for the most part, you can't have your right, center, or left back playing 90 yards from goal. At any point in time, if this ball gets turned over, which we've seen a few times, and it goes the other direction, they're going to be struggling, and that's unfortunately what has happened.
Struggling to get a cross in at the moment. So this one sent all the way across. Actually stayed in play just for a brief moment. It'll end up being a goal kick for Marinovic. As Carl Robinson directs traffic from the touchline. Fans, be sure to come early to every Lights game for the Zappos tailgate. Beer garden, food trucks, and live music starting at 5:30 p.m. The crowd trying to inject some life into the 11 that they see on the field right now.
Good challenge by Wiki coming off that goal kick, win the ball, use that big frame of his, and this is what you want to see out of Vegas. They go up, win the challenge, and then possess the ball, and then slowly work it against Vancouver. Make them chase the ball, make the ball do the work.
Kobayashi couldn't get a clean foot to it. Now Kai Kamara going to bring it down for Vancouver. Torre. Ochoa. Alvarez going out wide for Diaz. Diaz with it decent idea, just trying to pick out Lugo on the back post.
There's a better possession spell by the Las Vegas Lights there. And one thing they need to do is when they have opportunities that aren't going to come very often and they need to capitalize on them, ball just comes in there and very casually, left back Marcel de Jong nods it right to the top of the box in the center of the park, and their holding midfielder has all the time in the world to turn around and go the other way. If Vegas is going to play high on that line, they need to make sure they're applying their pressure in the appropriate spots.
Kai Kamara and Huiki exchanging some words and some bumps as well. Kai Kamara is just making sure that the referee is tuned in as to exactly what's going on. And Kai Kamara is hot. Has to be shooed away from the head referee. At the end of the day, this is a preseason match, so Kai Kamara, as well as most of the 21 players out there, just trying not to sustain any injuries before the season actually starts in Major League Soccer as well as United Soccer League. Vegas able to win a free kick. Half an hour played here at Cashman Field. Goals coming from Teixeira and Alphonso Davies. Again, Tyler Terrens with former German pro Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us. Las Vegas Lights FC still looking for that first goal. Decided to go with a 3-back system tonight. Chile's choosing to change things up a little bit. Hasn't proved to be successful just yet. However, they do look a little bit better moving forward. Here's Alatorre, able to pick it up, trying to squeeze through, and good defending from Marcel de Jong.
When we talked about that at the top of the broadcast, one of the keys for them is maintaining possession of the ball. We said last week they got rattled and were playing a lot of long ball. We haven't seen that here tonight, so that's a good thing. Definitely a positive and a step in the right direction. They've kept the ball on the carpet, moved it around nicely. When they have had their possession spells, they just need to be a little bit more frequent.
Stop it here just for a moment. Not exactly sure what the problem is, but the head referee seems to have it in order. Flick on, it's not a bad one, but Vancouver there to defend yet again. He's going all the way back. Alvarez, a few miles away from home. Mendoza, Huiki, Isaac Diaz, and that was Kobayashi. Some skirting out to Alphonso Davies. De Jong, long ball over the top. Teixeira latching onto it. Looping it up for Kamara, heads it down, but Alvarez had the near post covered. Great ball in for Teixeira, just basically throwing it up there. And Kamara, like a big wide receiver, just the only one who could reach it, just couldn't get the power behind the header.
Very impressive by the Whitecaps again, giving you a different look in this arsenal of offense that they have. Nice ball coming from the corner, and Kai getting up, trying to rise to the stars and bring it down, but that big body of number 6, Miguel Garduno, did a good job of getting in front of him. You know, unfortunately couldn't relieve Kai of his duties, but still get in the way, make him make a play.
And Alvarez, almost a little similar to Ricardo, who started in the last game, just continuing to expand the sort of geographical location of his position. it's worked up until this point. He hasn't gotten caught, but that was almost the same sort of theme that we saw last game where it kept happening. Nothing bad really happened. It didn't lead to any goals. That's exactly what the coaching staff was telling us earlier in the week, is that it was almost our fault that we continued to let it happen and that we almost needed to reel him back in to make sure that it didn't cause any problems, which it later did.
I think Chalice and Isidro told us that. They said that that was their fault because they didn't reel it back in. They had some trouble with Ricardo Ferrinho, who the fans have come as he's kind of the fan favorite so far, local lore. But unfortunately, it just kind of got a little bit out of control. I haven't seen that as much tonight from Angel Alvarez. I think he's been a little bit more calculated and poised with his efforts. And to be fair, in a lot of situations, he's actually kept Vancouver from progressing and given them the opportunity to step away.
Taking another look at the potential injury for Tybert. He just gets clipped from behind. Looked like it was Ochoa who was committing the foul there.
A little frustration by Ochoa. Ball's bouncing around a lot. You're 35 minutes in. You're kind of playing chase most of the half, but past couple minutes, the 2 stoppages they've had going to give them an opportunity to catch their breath and try and get back on track.
Devin, we highlighted our Findlay Toyota keys to the match at the top of the broadcast in terms of containing Kai, calculated composure and keeping it simple. And the first part they can essentially check off. They've done a great job of marking him when crosses are coming in, because that's when he's at his most dangerous. But the calculated composure part maybe can use a little bit of work. The wing backs in this 3-back formation really have been flying up and down. And Sweeky able to win that defensive header.
And definitely letting the emotion and scene, if you will, getting the best of them, as there is a very rough foul on Ochoa. Going to be frustrating for sure.
This one's sent ahead for Diaz, but right into the hands of Marinovic.
And, you know, they're trying to come into these bright lights in this big city and get things going, and obviously they want to do great things right away and for the fans. And I said it was going to take some patience, but I think it actually has gotten away from them a little bit. Talented Marcelo Alator just finding himself high on the pitch quite a few times, which has caused some frustration for the back line. And Kobayashi and Mendoza in the middle have done a decent job, but haven't really seen Portugal that many times. Unfortunately, he's been playing chase a lot, and they just need to calm down a little bit and go into the final third bullet point. Keep it simple. Put the ball on the ground, knock it around. When they've made Vancouver chase, they've looked dangerous. They've just put themselves behind the 8 ball quite a few times, unfortunately.
And Mendoza again gets clipped from behind. That's the second time that he's gotten a little love tap in the back there.
It's Vancouver making up for not being here on Valentine's Day.
You ever been to Las Vegas on Valentine's Day?
I've never been to Vegas.
Such a shame. Alatorre trying to send it across, but Waston is there as Samuel Ochoa was lingering in the area, just trying to pounce on a loose one in front of Marinovic.
I'm sure when they were looking at players and figuring out who was going to go where, Alator was obviously at the top of their list, because this is a dangerous weapon they have, getting this long throw, and they've utilized it quite well. Haven't been able to put it in the back of the net, but 2-3 flick-ons have been successful so far.
Alatorre with a good feint, but his left-footed cross, not exactly his best delivery. However, Vegas will maintain possession. Alatorre again. Long-range effort from Alvarez, blocked in front by Waston. And another corner coming up.
And this is what Vegas needs. Keep building, keep building. Past couple minutes, some possession, had the long throw. They've kept it in the final third here. Now you're going to see 2 guys go over, maybe play the 2-man game coming out of the corner. This is the confidence you want to see the lights build going into halftime.
Diaz this time to take. Kai Kamara gets there. Ochoa waiting. And it's going to end up being a good defensive header there from one of the camp invite Sean Franklin. Getting the start at right back for Carl Robinson. Vegas still looking for that first goal. Will it come off a set piece? Bit of a short delivery there. Ball over the top. Davies able to get there, but his headed touch just a little bit too far. And Alvarez again has been right on cue as Carl Robinson throwing it back to his playing days a little bit there. Still has a touch. I don't know if I can say the same for you.
Hey now, hey now, hey now. Carl, good to see you. And the Welsh international still showing he's got it. Hasn't been out of the game that long.
Played at Wolverhampton from 95 to 2002. Wolverhampton right now currently sitting at first place in the championship, the league below the Premier League in English football. Here's Teixeira. Mosquito. De Jong. And this is where Vegas have been very solid. When they have numbers behind the ball, they do look sharp and organized defensively.
100% I agree with you. The problem is Vegas has played that high line and Vancouver gets that space in behind and they just go and they go very efficiently. The Lights haven't been able to crack the code in that aspect as you see Davies trying to go one-on-one with Huiki. But situations like that, that's what you want to see. Keep it simple, keep it composed. They've gained the ball back. Move your way up the pitch. Again, make Vancouver chase.
You just mentioned one of our keys to the game there in terms of keeping it simple. And usually that's applied to the offensive side of the ball just in terms of keeping the ball on the floor. But defensively, give guys like Alphonso Davies a step or two off so that you have room to recover.
And make him make the play. He's obviously shown you with that big frame, he's going to knock you off the ball. He's going to try and play that long game, knock it by you and run on it. So again, give him a little cushion for now. Give him a little cushion, run onto it instead of playing chase.
Another long throw-in opportunity. The big body's moving forward. Flick not quite there. Portugal. Overlapping run coming from Diaz. Displaying some fancy footwork over on the far side of Cashman. Still Diaz, twisting and turning. And able to win a corner. That's nifty work from number 8 out wide.
Very impressive by Isaac Diaz, and you can see the technical capability that he possesses out there. Isolated on the wing, not backing down from the 2-on-1 challenge. Very impressive indeed.
Diaz, not a bad ball in, but Waston is just an absolute vacuum in the area, just sucks everything up. Alvarez was trying to send it back to Diaz. It was well over his head, and it just seems like Vegas, well, it might have taken them about 30 minutes or so to sort of pick up on what Vancouver were trying to do and utilize. They've been much better in terms of getting their defensive shape when they lose the ball or if the corner doesn't go exactly where they want it to go. As a result, they've been able to keep Vancouver at bay. And it's been Vegas who have been on the front foot for the past 5 to 10 minutes.
Definitely knocked a little bit of lust off of these Whitecaps, and I think from Alphonso Davies' standpoint, what you're seeing out of him is him being a little bit too advantageous, to be honest. I think he had his go with the back line for about 20-25 minutes. Now you've seen a couple ill-fated touches where he's kind of given the ball away unnecessarily. Vegas needs to look to capitalize on that.
The best clearance from Alvarez, but ended up working out thanks to a help-along header from Kobayashi. Back in for Davies, trying to split Huiki and Alatorre, and it's going to be a foul against Huiki. Devin, you have a perplexed look on your face. Guess you don't necessarily agree?
It's kind of a rough challenge there. I think that the second tackle coming in kind of forced the referee's hand. I like the initial response, though, and I guess any time the body gets bent 2 different directions, the referee's going to have to step in. I think the initial challenge was good. Nice little shoulder to shoulder, but the second one coming in made the referee blow the whistle.
Mosqueda trying to find Kamara streaking across the face of goal. Able to win it back. Mosqueda to the byline. Just trying that chip ball to the back post, but Calvary was arriving just a little bit too late. He's been impressive up top as well, trying to pair up with Kai Kamara to share as well as Alphonso Davies.
Well, the Lights definitely had it covered in that situation. Already had numbers, and Mosqueda just, as you mentioned, trying to knock that clever little flick to the back post, but push it up over the top bar. And the Lights looking to go the other direction, closing out the second half much better than the way they start. Excuse me, the first half much better than the way they started.
Here's De Jong. And that's going to do it for the first 45 minutes. No stoppage time as Vancouver scored 2 brilliant individual goals from both Teixeira and Alphonso Davies. Davies essentially going the length of the field for his. Devin Kerr, your thoughts?
Vancouver came out firing on all cylinders, and they just need to continue doing what they're doing. Get back to basics, push for what you were doing the first 25 minutes. The Lights definitely flattered and flustered. They were flickering for a little bit of time, but they're starting to get a little bit of that neon spark back into them. They want to carry that momentum into the second half.
Well, they're looking to light up Cashman Field for the first time with their first ever franchise goal, but the crowd is going to have to wait a possible another 45 minutes for that to happen. Vancouver up 2-0 at the half over Las Vegas. We'll be back with halftime in just a moment.
So here at the Rebel Report Kitchen, we eat and drink sports. How do you like your sport?
How about football? And basketball?
Their energy is always as high.
With top-notch reporting and in-depth interviews, a serving of the Rebel Report is exactly what you're looking for. Tune in to get your fill.
Bill, coupon. Bill, Paul Bean.
Oh, reminder. Time to pay the sewer bill.
Aha, aha. That's it now. Check book. Check book.
Pull this up online. Done.
Where are the stamps? Where are the stamps? Ah! Oh, hello, I'm Mayor Goodman.
No, I'm Mayor Goodman.
Sewer bill, done. That was easy. Power bill.
Now you can save time. Pay your sewer bill online. Go to lasvegasnevada.gov. And a cure. Here's your Las Vegas history moment. Eldorado Days started in the 1940s. Las Vegas was transitioning from little desert town to tourist destination, with hotels such as the El Cortez opening to visitors. During that time, city leaders wanted to create an event that would entertain tourists and give locals a chance to show their civic pride. It ceased to exist in the 90s, but was resurrected in 2005, our city's 100th birthday. Historic projects like this are made possible from proceeds from the purchase of the Las Vegas Centennial license plate.
Every day, dozens of lost and stray pets are brought into the Animal Foundation. If your pet goes missing, we highly recommend that you visit our campus immediately, as lost pets are only held legally for 72 hours. To prevent your animal from getting lost, we highly recommend that you keep them indoors and make sure that your yard is secure. If you have any further questions, visit our website, animalfoundation.com.
Halftime here at Cashman between Las Vegas Lights FC and the Vancouver Whitecaps, as it is the visitors from Canada who have a 2-0 lead over the home side. Goals from Teixeira and Davies, as they were both spectacular in their own right. And before we go any further, we'll take a look back, a special look back at the jersey unveiling for the Lights. Let's take a look.
We couldn't be more excited to have Zappos as our presenting partner. They represent downtown Las Vegas. They represent everything that we want to represent. When you look at two companies, two cultures, two groups, the synergies are amazing. Zappos represents looking outside the box. Zappos represents having fun. Zappos represents a new culture, a new way of thinking, and that's exactly what we want Lights FC to represent. When we started this team, we had a blank sheet of paper, and we looked for people in the Las Vegas community that were for Las Vegas, by Las Vegas, of Las Vegas. Zappos was at the top of that list. They represent exactly what we want to be. We couldn't be more excited to be shoulder to shoulder with them with our jersey.
It's really exciting. About a year ago, it came up on the Zappos radar that Brett Lashbook with the Las Vegas Lights was trying to bring a professional soccer team to Las Vegas. To be honest, after meeting Brett and the team that he had assembled, he was so full of energy and they were so excited about bringing a team to downtown. Zappos was kind of sold after our initial meeting that we wanted to be part of the Las Vegas Lights football team. We started to look at what having a pro soccer team downtown could bring to the community. After signing the agreement, we worked on designing or helping to design the jersey. We have a great gift shop on the Zappos campus, and we're going to be featuring a lot of the Lights merchandise. You know, another thing that's great is this year, 2018, it's the World Cup. So soccer is on the forefront on the world stage again. And it's really great that the Las Vegas Lights can launch at the same year as the World Cup's going on, and that you can have this experience, especially for our Las Vegas community, right in your backyard.
We are Vegas. This is the entertainment capital of the world. We have to be different. No cookie cutter, nothing traditional, nothing that any other team has. From our name, from our logo, from our jersey, it's gotta represent Las Vegas, downtown Las Vegas, being different and being wow.
My name is Fernando Cabestany. I do many different things here at Zappos. I'm an art director, I would say. When Zappos partnered with Las Vegas Lights, they approached us, or they gave us the opportunity to design a jersey, which was super exciting. Like, I love soccer, and I love soccer jerseys, actually. So it was super exciting to me. They approached me, and I said yes, of course. Yeah, we started working with them. So the Lights already had a logo, which was a big part of it. It had to define the color scheme, and the Lights team already had an idea of using the lights, like neon lights, and I thought it was a great element, but I wanted to like portray a lot more of what we are, like people, as people in Las Vegas, like show, like it's so rich, it's such a rich culture, and people are so like nice and warm. So I just wanted to show that it's the blood that runs in our body. So I wanted to show that passion. I wanted to show that energy. I wanted to show that. It's a great honor to me to be able to design the first jersey of the first professional soccer team in Las Vegas. Like, it was, I like a lot of teams, but now it's Las Vegas Lights.
Let's play soccer, Vegas.
One in 3 pets will become lost at some point during their lifetime. Fortunately, microchip implementation can make it much easier to find your missing friend. Microchip implementation is easy and painless, and if you keep up to date on the registration, can make it incredibly easy to find your missing pet. Visit animalfoundation.com to find out more about microchip implementation at our low-cost vaccine clinic.
Here's your Las Vegas history moment. First opened in 1923, the historic West Side School holds a significant place in Las Vegas history. The school was the first to educate Native American students from the nearby Paiute tribe and was the first to open its doors to African American students in the 1940s. The school building, which sits at the intersection of Washington Avenue and D Street, remains the oldest school building in the state of Nevada and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Thanks to help from the Commission for the Las Vegas Centennial, the Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, and the City of Las Vegas, this historic building recently underwent a $12.5 million restoration and is currently used for other purposes, including housing a local nonprofit organization and radio station. Those who buy the Las Vegas Centennial license plate help preserve and protect the city's history because proceeds fund projects like this. Grants to help celebrate, preserve, and provide education about the city's history are also available. For more information, call 702-229-6672.
Many cats that end up in America's shelters are unsocialized cats, or feral cats known as community cats. The Community Cat Project rounds up feral and unsocialized cats and brings them into the Animal Foundation for spaying and neutering and all vaccinations and returns them back out to their outdoor homes. This way, the homeless cat population will decrease and more lives will be saved. Please visit animalfoundation.com for more information.
Here is your Las Vegas history moment. These signs once lit the way to Las Vegas hotspots. They were born in a time when color TV was so new it was used as a lure at motels, and room availability wasn't looked up on the internet but lit up on a sign. Instead of using these relics for scrap metal, they have a proper place to be admired here at the Neon Museum and Boneyard. Revitalization projects like this help preserve the city's history. They're made possible from proceeds from the purchase of the Las Vegas Centennial license plate.
Rolling right through the halftime show here at Cashman Field as the Las Vegas Lights FC trail the Vancouver Whitecaps Football Club 2-0 at the big intermission. Goals from Alphonso Davies as well as Christian Teixeira. Alphonso Davies essentially going the length of the field. And the next match for the Lights is going to be Saturday, February 24th at 8 p.m. Pacific time against DC United. So come out and watch El Chalice take on Bill Hamid and the rest of DC United, what should be another fantastic night of football as Las Vegas just continues to bring in quality MLS team after quality MLS team. They're still looking for the first goal in franchise history. Could it perhaps come in the next 45 minutes? We'll have to wait and find out. Don't go anywhere, folks.
It's important to make sure your pet is kept up to date on vaccinations. Vaccines can help prevent many fatal contagious diseases. Rabies vaccines are required by law in Clark County, and other vaccines such as distemper and parvo are great at keeping your pet healthy and happy. Visit animalfoundation.com for more information on our low-cost vaccine clinic.
special event at a Las Vegas City park and discover the fun. Here is your Las Vegas history moment. These signs once lit the way to Las Vegas hotspots. They were born in a time when color TV was so new, it was used as a lure at motels. And room availability wasn't looked up on the internet, but lit up on a sign. Instead of using these relics for scrap metal, they have a proper place to retire and be admired here at the Neon Museum in Boneyard. This is home to some of the most treasured and world-famous signs like the Stardust, Binion's Horseshoe, and Caesar's Palace. Each sign in this 2-acre museum tells a unique story of our past. And thanks to the Neon Museum in Boneyard, they are now preserved for the future. Those who buy the Las Vegas Centennial license plate help preserve and protect the city's history. Grants to help celebrate, preserve, and provide education about the city's history are also available. For more information, call 702-229-6672.
Crowd here almost ready for second half kickoff. We hope you are as well, between Las Vegas Lights FC and Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Alfonso Davies and Christian Teixeira right now are the goal scorers, and both of them were beautiful. We'll take a look at some of the best moments from the first 45 minutes. Tyler Terrans along with Devin Kerr. And Devin, it looked like Las Vegas might find a breakthrough in the first 5 minutes or so, as they were certainly on the front foot.
Yeah, they came out early. They did a good job possessing the ball and kind of moving it around the park. Very methodical, much better than last week, but there's definitely a step in the right direction. Chili's telling us that the fans deserve better, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, getting caught behind the 8 ball, use that expression earlier because it is very, very active, and you can see it here. Teixeira going the other way, great solo effort, and they go up 1-0.
So Teixeira, who had 7 assists and 6 goals a year ago, able to put one here in preseason away, and then Alfonso Davies, coast to coast, essentially going the entire 110 yards of the field and burying it. Just the pace and the pure power of the Canadian international on display here.
Look at him, he starts 27 yards out, gets going, that big heavy motor. He's so fast, he's the fastest kid alive. And they're chasing him down the entire pitch. And an absolute track star wins the goal, wins the one-on-one battle, and goes up 2-0.
And Angel Alvarez would certainly have his work cut out for him in the first 45 minutes. Kai Kamara would elevate, but would not be able to score on that particular play, as 2 goals would be how we would end the first half. Big deflection there from Waston. And that would do it for the first half highlights. And for Las Vegas Lights FC, this is what the upcoming schedule looks like. One more preseason game against Bill Hamid and DC United. All of these times that you see on the right-hand side are Pacific. March 17th marks the first day of Lights soccer in the USL. They will be at Fresno, 2 expansion teams coming into United Soccer League in 2018, and then they'll be home against Reno, Swope, and Sacramento. A little Nevada Derby rivalry on March 24th.
It's going to get a lot harder before it gets easier versus the formidable foe of DC United. And then they come right out of the gate, like you said, versus Fresno. And then look at that schedule. You got Swope, you got Sac. I mean, that's going to be very difficult versus those squads. But I'll tell you what, Las Vegas has shown that they can compete. We use the word, we're going to use it one more time. They just need to be consistent.
So while El Chalice and Las Vegas Lights FC continue to search for that consistency, Vancouver have to be pleased with the way that they played. Probably for the first 30 minutes or so. Carl Robertson, I'm sure, had a few words for his back line in the middle of the park, as they really just started to get a little bit lazy, and Las Vegas were starting to take advantage of that towards the latter half of the first half.
Sometimes when you find yourself in the driver's seat, it's very easy to kind of maintain that cruise control, if you will, and just become a little complacent. And I think we saw that out of the Vancouver squad. You saw them kind of giving the ball away unnecessarily. Davies kind of being a little bit advantageous, used that word earlier, but again, it applies. You know, he gives the ball away. He tries to take people on unnecessarily. Just, they need to play simple when they get in situations like that, because remember, it's preseason for them too. They get in the driver's seat in an MLS game and they pull their foot off the pedal. Teams like a Sporting KC, a Colorado Rapids, a Seattle, they're going to creep back into the game and take advantage of that.
Well, we've done other preseason games for USL teams involving MLS teams, and one of the biggest differences is that these MLS teams have had a little bit longer in terms of their preseason training, so they're a couple steps ahead as far as fitness is concerned or organizationally on the defensive side, and it has certainly showed in the games that we've seen. But around the USL, there are teams who are starting to get results against these Major League Soccer sides, as Teixeira almost was able to get there. Kamara, big swing and a miss. Even though we are playing soccer on this baseball field, Kamara would strike one, though. And going back to those USL teams having success against the Major League Soccer teams, San Antonio FC coming back to draw the New England Revolution earlier today. Charleston Battery taking down Minnesota United. Phoenix with a solid performance earlier today as well. So these USL sides obviously have a lot of talent, guys who have played in Major League Soccer before, youngsters who are trying to work their way up. And while obviously the talent level is different and the MLS is one step higher on the pyramid, it's just a great opportunity for these USL teams to try their hand against some of the best teams in the country and in North America.
You actually asked me off air what I thought the biggest difference was between the two squads, and I'm not going to use the word consistency because we said before, we'll say regularity instead. You can see the skill set and technical capability of all 22 players in the field, and in a lot of instances it's very similar. You'll just see on a regular basis, Vancouver is able to put the whole package together and get up and down the pitch in a uniform manner.
There's Diaz. He's certainly been one of those players that has pleased the crowd early on. There's Davies. Mosquita trying to get on the right side of Wiki, and the referee is going to bring it back as it was a little bit of a high foot there from Isaac Diaz. Almost caught Alphonso Davies in the noggin. Through for Teixeira. He's already sitting on one goal. Teixeira sends it across. The first time shot from Mosquita just goes wide. Not exactly sure whether Teixeira was trying to pull it back for Mosquita, but nevertheless, it was a good ball square to the top of the box.
Once again, Vancouver, you can see starting on the right, working back in, and 1, 2, 3, 4 white shirts on 4 black shirts, but unfortunately the lights, again, discombobulated in the back. They had a solid run to the end of the first half. We would like to see them carry that over and really get things going here in the second, build some momentum, possibly even jump up on the scoreboard.
Here's Diaz lining up from long range, and Marinovic never really worried about that shot. It's the second time we've seen Diaz try his luck from more than 18 yards out.
I don't mind it, though. I mean, look at him. He's got a little bit of space. Vancouver's willing to concede it. Why not have a go? 25, 30 yards out. You haven't really tested the goalkeeper yet. You've got an opportunity. He took advantage of it. Just try and put it on frame.
Alvarez nodding it along. Diaz able to keep it in play. Couple of lights players caught off of their position as Kai Kamara. Wishful thinking there. Just trying to do his best David Beckham impression there.
Kai Kamara trying to get on goal of the season before the season even gets going.
He's got 98 of them in his MLS career. It's good enough for 10th all time. Scored 22 back in 2015. Tied for the league lead with Sebastian Giovinco, the atomic ant from Toronto FC. Alphonso Davies continues to dazzle the crowd here at Cashman. Alphonso Davies on the move again. He's got a runner in the box, but great defending in the end from Garduño. Denying Davies another spectacular, but we'll take another look at the magnificent footwork from the teenager.
Absolutely, extremely impressive by Alphonso Davies. You can see 1v1 again. Whoop, little 5-hole goes around him, getting down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, and then he beats 2 more on the chase. At the end of this run, you're going to see a little bit of youth. That's where he's got to pick his head up and knock that ball into the box. Had 2 runners coming onto it. Should have been an easy 3-0 for them. Instead, all they got out was a corner.
Mosquita on top of the corner. 5 minutes into the second half, Waston almost allowed a free header. bothered just enough in the end. Here's Franklin. A bad ball in. Sent back across, misplayed there from Ochoa. And the Lights concede another corner. Waston is certainly a load to deal with on set pieces. Standing at around 6'4", 6'5". Costa Rican international, Kamara elevating. Almost getting there, but that is really a picturesque frame of what Kai Kamara is capable of.
The height on this Vancouver squad is so prevalent from top to bottom. 3 guys in that back line well over 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", and 6'5", and then you get the likes of Kai Kamara standing at 6'3" as well. There's 4 guys right there in the box. On the starting 11 right now for the Lights, they've only got 3 over 6 foot. They happen to be in the back line. But on set pieces, when everything's evolving and moving, that's very difficult to keep up with.
And we are going to have a substitution as De La Fuente coming on and replacing Kobayashi. Check to see if De La Fuente ends up sliding in where Kobayashi was, sitting in behind Sammy Ochoa. Looks like he'll be in a bit more defensive role. Franklin the return for Teixeira. De La Fuente getting his feet underneath him early. Ochoa desperately trying to hold it up, but he has his hands full with Kendall Waston.
And what you're seeing right there from Chalice is 2 things. One, Kobayashi not exactly in tip-top 90-minute match performance ready right now. He's come into camp a little bit late most recently, and they're just trying to get him up to game speed. So it's good to get him repetition and also get another look. We talked about finding the right pieces to the puzzle, and Chalice just kind of wandering through the squad, seeing what works best.
Ochoa holds up play well. Here's Lugo. Cross comes in. Locked in front, and Vancouver maybe looking to counter on the other end. However, a little bit too anxious to do so. But I'll tell you what, Huiki is so strong on the ball as Mesquita goes down and claiming that he got a shot to the face.
Probably Mesquita's best Oscar performance that he's going to put on this year. I don't really think you can go that hard at him, at least from the angle that we saw there. Obviously in a little bit of pain. Huiki did a good job, let the ball roll out, put his body in the way. Tyler, your opinion? From the looks of it, you disagree. Hard to believe.
It's not that I disagree with it, but at the end of the day, it is a preseason game, and I can't imagine that he's going to be trying to sell anything. There are no points on the line. It's possible that maybe a slight part of the elbow caught him in the face. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate over here.
It could have been a very slight part. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We hope he's all right down there.
Just about 10 minutes played here in the second half. Tyler Terrens along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. No goals to be had in the last 20-25 minutes of play. Last one came from Alphonso Davies.
That's well done from the Lights. Saw them swarm the middle. Break down the midfield of Vancouver, and nothing there. Well done. Go back, start over. Gave the ball away on the outside, but that's what you want to see from this young squad.
And again, it's not about results at this point, because not only is the year so young as Alphonso Davies goes down, and now a little bit of pushing and shoving going on between Alatorre and Kai Kamara, and Alatorre has just been sent off. Kai Kamara is absolutely livid Alphonso Davies is down and is going to need medical attention, and that would be up to the referee's discretion if Las Vegas are to play down a man or not. And we'll get another look at the play that sparked all this mayhem.
Very difficult to see from the camera angle. You see the ball coming in and Davies already going to ground there. Hard to speculate. Obviously two fierce competitors going for a 50-50 ball as things become a little bit heated on the sidelines.
A little bit heated is an understatement as substitutes from Las Vegas Lights are getting involved as well. El Chalice and it looked like one of the assistants from Vancouver were in each other's faces. Carl Robinson, as you can see, trying to play peacekeeper more than anything, and now El Chalice getting involved with what Robinson has to say. And the fourth official on the sideline, as well as the assistant referee who's closest to the action, need to maintain order. And the crowd just being told that Alatorre has been sent off. Not exactly what you want to see from a preseason game, as there essentially is nothing on the line as far as points are concerned. But the reason why Kai Kamara was so upset and why that sparked the ensuing mayhem is because Kamara just wants to make sure that a star player like Alphonso Davies isn't sustaining an injury that's going to keep him out for the first few weeks of the MLS season.
Yeah, 100%. First and foremost, health is the most important thing, obviously. And then going forward, as you mentioned, Tyler, it's the referee's discretion as to whether or not, because it is a preseason game, as to whether or not he's going to allow another player to come back on. But either way, this is going to be a good test for Las Vegas. You're either playing a man down or you're in an emotional capacity. Either way, you're in an emotional capacity, or you're playing a man down, and you're going to have to be playing catch-up. But again, we talked about the composure. Don't let it get the best of you. You've still got 31 minutes left in this match. It's still only 2-0. You've had a lot of ups and downs, but you're not out of it yet.
It appears that Alphonso Davies is okay as he continues to chat with the athletic trainer on the sideline there. He'll have to wait to come back on, as it was an apparent head injury. And now the head referee explaining that the assistant coach from Vancouver, who was initiating all of the craziness on the touchline, has to leave the premises as well. And Carl Robinson just with a sarcastic smile and a shake of his head. Getting a little bit more than he asked for coming down here to Cashman Field. And it looks like Juan Jose Calderon, the 27-year-old, has played for the likes of Leon and Pachuca. He's going to come on. We'll wait to see if he's coming on to replace Alatorre or maybe making a different substitute, and if Las Vegas indeed has to play down a man, as we have still not resumed play. Probably the last thing we could have expected heading into a preseason fixture. Now the crowd really getting into it, and some bad blood between two teams who probably won't see the likes of each other for a long time unless they are to meet in the US Open Cup. And these two assistant coaches from Vancouver are ejected from the game. El Chalice also ejected.
As you mentioned, Tyler, probably the last thing you thought you would see and the last thing you do want to see, but emotions are running high. Just don't let them run rampant. Get back to basics and get back to the task at hand.
Watson almost able to sneak it inside that far post, and Calderon does come on to replace Lugo, however, so it appears that Las Vegas are going to play down a man. If you had any inkling that Vancouver were going to let off the gas and maybe pack it in and work on their defensive shape, you have to imagine they're going to completely go after the lights now. Mesquita muscled off the ball. And the goal kick coming from Alvarez. His order has been restored, at least for the moment.
We saw the speed from Mesquita coming again, but good defending by Julian Portugal, pushing him to the byline and letting it run out of play for a goal kick.
And El Chelis has found himself in the stands here at Cashman Field. Alfonso Davies sprung forward on the other end. Davies around the first defender. De La Fuente with a neat little back heel. Diaz and Davies getting caught up. Now there's Teixeira. El Chelis stationed right now in the supporters section. And that's all he can do for the moment is support. This one gets all the way across. Carlos Alvarez just has to get rid of it. As you mentioned before, Devin, this would be a good test. And although it's tough to ask for this kind of heated emotional simulation, here you have it. And this is going to be a good chance for maybe Las Vegas to respond. El Chelis just making himself at home here.
The 63rd minute. Some changes to be made for sure, but as I mentioned, not down and out just yet. Plenty of time to get back in this match, get back on the board. You've seen the back line kind of calm down a little bit. They've stayed much more composed here in the second half and stayed a little bit more compact. Haven't been as many offensive opportunities for Vancouver.
Well, with Las Vegas down, that might all change. Efrain Juarez. Back for Franklin. Vegas on the move. Ochoa trying to find Diaz. Able to get a touch to it. Still Diaz trying to fight his way through, and it is a free kick in a very fortuitous area for Las Vegas. And could this be the moment that the fans have been waiting for at Cashman? And Waston has been issued a yellow card. And El Chelis still barking out orders, even from the stands here at Cashman Field, as this has turned into a wild event.
Well, someone you've been impressed with the entire game, in my opinion, has been Isaac Diaz. He's been very active, done a great job defending, and you see him going one-on-one with Kendall Waston there, the big center back right at the top of the box, and center back just gets his hands out off his body a little bit. The boys showing each other a little bit of display of sportsmanship, so good for each one. And as you mentioned, Tyler, the Las Vegas Lights looking for that first goal, trying to get on the board here.
Fans, your Southern Nevada nonprofit organization, can get $5 back with every ticket purchased at lightsfc.com. Visit lightsfc.com/kickback for details.
Diaz had a nice little bloody nose there, but head trainer Corey Jeffries stepping in, helping out.
Juan Jose Calderon on top of the free kick. The fans here at Cashman rise as one. Calderon. And there it is! Juan Jose Calderon, the first goal in Las Vegas Lights FC history. moment for the fans here in Vegas. Well, the expression from El Jalise hasn't changed, but the mood here at Cashman Field certainly has. Vancouver 2, Las Vegas 1.
On Jose Calderon, the footy was on fire on that one. What a bending free kick to the near post. Supporter section showing their love. And Jalise has got to be happy with this finish. Look at Calderon surveying the situation and just up and over the wall, upper 90. Bending away from Stefan, and he can do nothing but watch as it sails into the back of the net. That is a phenomenal free kick. 2-1.
Lights looking for 2. Ochoa couldn't quite get there. Fans Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. And how about the atmosphere here in Cashman? As it looks like the referee has given a penalty to Las Vegas. Well, the fans have had to wait almost a game and a half for the first goal in club history. They might get 2 in less than 2 minutes.
You're spot on. The referee has pointed to the spot.
Calderon for goal number 2 in franchise history and to equalize. Calderon! Well, do you think the Las Vegas community has been waiting for professional football? What a turn of events. Las Vegas down a man to one of the best teams in Major League Soccer have now equalized in a matter of moments. And again, Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. And the Lights are just completely riding this wave of adrenaline and emotion that has been injected into this game.
Well, 70th minute. Could you script it any better? I said they had built a little bit of momentum pushing in. They've remained composed. They've kept it simple here in the second half. Solid defensively. Haven't let any of the boys up top get away from them. And I would say they've been rewarded with 2 goals, but they definitely earned it, and they've done a great job crawling their way back into this game. And we are knotted up at 2. Strapped in, folks. It's going to be a great final 20 minutes.
Sent in for Teixeira. Might fall nicely for Mesquita, but cleared away by Garduño.
And now we'll see, Tyler, with the 20 minutes left for this Las Vegas Lights team. You know that Vancouver's going to be hungry, and they've got the man up. Do not let the emotions get away from you. You've done so well and worked so hard to get back in this match. Stay composed and don't give it away.
Teixeira taken down right outside of the box, and now Vancouver will have a chance at a dangerous free kick.
Diaz is going to be frustrated with himself there as he tracked back and just took him out from behind. You don't want to give Vancouver an opportunity whatsoever, yet alone in areas like this.
Teixeira takes a deflection. What a save from Alvarez. Every member of Las Vegas has elevated their game to a different level in the past 10 minutes, including the keeper.
Angel Alvarez jumping in here and left-footed ball swinging to the back post. Phenomenal save. What a deflection that took. Kind of a hybrid shot cross. Wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen there, but Vancouver pressing and they're on the doorstep.
Cleared away by Ochoa. Juan Jose Calderon sitting on a hat trick. Gets it out wide for Alvarez. Alvarez still with it. Into the area. Waston able to clear it away. Alphonso Davies gives it away in the middle of the park. Mendoza. And he'll slow things up for Vegas, looking for an option and just forced to go negative. Almost everyone vertical here at Cashman Field. After every home game, join us at Plaza Hotel for the official post-game party featuring live music, $5 matchday margaritas, and your Las Vegas lights. De La Fuente with some neat footwork. De La Fuente sends it into the box. Headed away for the moment. Helped back in. Vancouver desperately trying to clear their lines. A long ball sent ahead. Juarez touching it for Mesquita. Hiqui called for a handball, and it'll be a penalty. Most certainly the right call for the head referee. The crowd here at Cashman Field not necessarily pleased. And Carl Robinson can maybe breathe a little breath of relief here. And it looks like it's going to be Kai Kamara to take it for the Whitecaps.
They're definitely going to pull a little wind out of the sails for Las Vegas as the ball's bouncing through. You see Joel Hiqui doing a good job backtracking. He and De La Fuente had a little 2v2 game right at the top of the box, and the ball just jumps up and goes right off his hand. Referee makes the right call, points to the spot. And Kai Kamara going to look to step up and put his squad ahead 3-2 with 15 to go. Angel Alvarez has been very efficient back there tonight. Can he come up with a huge one?
A man who's no stranger to scoring goals. Kai Kamara buries it. 3-2 Vancouver.
A nice little golf clap for Carl Robinson. An appreciation of his star forward, just so elegant. Precision in the bottom corner, and unfortunately Angel Alvarez just guessing the wrong direction.
Well, you just had a feeling with all of the emotion running rampant amongst Las Vegas that they were going to commit too many numbers forward, and it might catch them exposed, but Hiqui for the moment had made the right play and was tracking back well, just like you said, but just a little bit unfortunate there.
10 men and you're tracking back like that, it's an unfortunate bounce. It's the right call, but sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And you know, they had a nice little 15-20 minute run where it seems like everything was going their way, and now it's kind of switched directions on them. Yeah, I made the comment earlier that there was plenty of time left in this second half to crawl back from 2. Now it's only 1 with 14 to go. Still plenty of opportunity for the Lights.
tough foul there, and a little bit of a step over from Tim Parker, 24-year-old from Hicksville, New York. Excuse me, not Tim Parker. In Portugal. And we've talked about how good of an experience this is for Las Vegas to play against a Major League Soccer team, one of the better teams in the Western Conference over the past few years. But how about the experience for Vancouver to play in this type of environment before the Major League Soccer season even starts?
That's a treacherous environment, to say the least. I mean, their first 2 games have been absolutely amazing from an atmospheric standpoint. I mean, the fans know how to put on a good party here, you've heard, but look at them rallying against their troops and showing support from start to finish in this match. It's extremely impressive.
Juan Jose Calderon fending off De Jong. Crowd asking for a foul. It'll just end up being a throw-in. But Juan Jose Calderon came on right after the red card was issued, and he obviously has made more than an impact.
He's definitely got my vote for the man of the match for the Lights so far. I mean, what a fantastic free kick. You saw it from a few different angles, and then just moments later, like you said, they waited so long to get that first goal, and then they got 2 inside of 2 minutes. Calderon stepping up to the spot, and then once again on the right-hand side of the pitch, going 1v3.
Juan Jose Calderon, not a bad ball in. Takes a big deflection, and Marinovic just forced to punch it over the bar. It'll be a corner coming up, and more pushing and shoving ensuing after the play. These two teams have only really known each other for 78 minutes, but they certainly don't like each other.
It was very well done by Marinovic, first and foremost, on that save. Kind of lost it in the lights a little bit, had some nasty little English on the ball and punched it over the bar. That's well done, but you've seen Waston get involved quite a few times here. The referee needs to be careful and not let this game get away. It is a preseason game, but you can see the emotions running high for both squads.
Still plenty of time for Las Vegas to answer. It's towards the back post. De La Fuente got an outstretched foot to it, but just couldn't put enough on it.
Once again, phenomenal service from Calderon. He is proving he can put that ball anywhere tonight.
Well, we mentioned before, Juan Jose Calderon has made some prolific stops in his professional career at León and Pachuca in Liga MX, and specifically Pachuca have been fantastic in North American football for the past couple of years, reigning CONCACAF Champions League champions. And Juan Jose Calderon, his most recent stop, Cashman Field in Las Vegas, and he is making the most out of it. De La Fuente, and he might have had Isaac Diaz making that darting run. A little bit of miscommunication, but the Lights just continue to prove to be a tough out.
Calderon had an excellent little stint at Toluca as well, and his brother currently still playing for the Pumas, so proving DNA is in this family, and deservedly so. He has been a star here for the Lights this evening.
Now Adolfo Guzman coming on, 21-year-old from Vegas, local boy. And the coaching staff says this guy really likes to get forward. As Tim Parker comes off. And David Edgar comes on, the 30-year-old from Kitchener, Ontario. Unsigned at the moment.
A hostile environment for him to come in and prove himself, huh?
Waston just thumping it forward. Kamara thought about bringing it down, and then Huiki able to clean up the pieces. Edgar just sends that into the stands, much to the displeasure of the fans here at Cashman Field. Huiki sending Kai Kamara any which way. De La Fuente, he's been impressive since coming on. However, he does give the ball away, and now here's Kamara. Beautiful counterattack from Vancouver. Christian Teixeira bends it in towards the back post. One of those hybrid cross shots that almost cost Alvarez off of his line.
See Angel Alvarez peeking over his shoulder there. Wasn't exactly sure where that one was going to end up. Teixeira doing such a good job all night getting to the byline and knocking in great service. Let's get another look at Chalice, almost in disbelief as to what he's seen here in the past 25 minutes.
Obviously, you would want to be on the touchline and being able to coach your team, but being in the supporters section in an atmosphere like this probably isn't too bad either. Looping ball in. Kamara trying to keep it in play, able to do so. Doesn't get past Wiki, a long-range effort. Great game situation preparation for Las Vegas. As I'm sure there will be occasions during the USL season and then their inaugural season where they'll have to try to come from behind and salvage a point. You know, better simulation than a preseason match.
How about the simulation for us? Didn't know you were getting involved in this when you walked in tonight, did you?
Always expect the unexpected with a beautiful game.
Attaboy.
Getting word now that David Norman Jr., homegrown player, spent 2017 with Vancouver Whitecaps 2. He's going to be coming on and replacing Tybert. Bit of a miscue there from Alvarez. We'll go back to the Whitecaps, and now the referee will allow that substitution to come on.
I'll tell you what, Tyler, David Norman Jr. had the pleasure of calling a few of his games last year. He was actually the player of the year for their second squad, and he is a special talent in the middle of the field. Boss, top to bottom, ran it very well. Solid product out of Oregon State.
He played for the Beavers for a year. Football certainly in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team as well. Sent forward one more time, working on Alvarez. Carlos Alvarez doing a good job of standing it up, and it will be a goal kick.
So you got to give credit to the Lights in the second half here. They've done a really good job of really flustering the attack of Vancouver.
Remaining, and Tyler Terrence along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. Glad to have had you with us, and if you're just joining us, you missed a historic moment in Lights FC history. Juan Jose Calderon was able to get the first 2 goals in franchise history in just about 2 minutes, and to equalize after Alatorre was sent off. I'm sure we'll have a boatload of extra time as well. Challenge in the back from Alvarez, and Alvarez will be shown mustard here in the 86th minute as he clips Mesquita from behind. A reckless transgression there from Alvarez.
Frustration mounting for sure. I mean, you're playing chase a lot in the past 10 minutes and down a goal. Talking about the emotional aspect, and to carry that momentum for 30-plus minutes is very difficult to do. Yet alone when you've clawed back from 2 goals and then you end up down 1 again. You're just hoping the Lights can muster up a little bit more energy and try and equalize here in the closing moments of this second half.
Puiki. Vegas being very patient here. There's a number of opportunities with the ball at their foot, becoming more and more finite as we approach the 90-minute mark. Garduño. De La Fuente. And De La Fuente was waiting for the foul to be called, and now it's brought back retroactively. A little bit late there from the head referee, but probably the right call at the end of the day.
A little bit late, in my personal opinion, a little bit light, but going the other direction nonetheless.
Big moment here for Simon Coline, part of the residency program for the Vancouver Whitecaps. 15 years of age, coming onto the pitch here in a more than hostile environment to try to close this one out for the visitors. We're just getting word now that we're going to have no stoppage time. It's always at the referee's discretion, and especially during a preseason game, and one that has been hotly contested, to say the least. Probably a good decision for the head referee to not have any stoppage time and let it just run out.
Go back to Simon Coline there for a second moment. What a moment this is going to be for that young man. 15 years of age. What are you doing at 15, Tyler?
You don't want to know. Portugal. Big sweeping ball cut out for the moment. Diaz trying to pick up the seconds. Being a free kick.
I agree with the referee on that one. Aguirre's just coming over with his studs a little bit. Trying to give them the advantage call, but ball just drops out of bounds. You're going to see Diaz jump on this dead ball situation. Maybe one last gasp effort.
Goes out wide for De La Fuente. Cuts it back to the right. Sends it towards the back post. And the big 6'3" frame of Kai Kamara back for defensive responsibilities. All hands on deck in the last minute of play. The youngster Norman trying to skirt away from the defender. Out for Alphonso Davies. That might just do it for the Lights. Davies sends it into the box, and it fizzes all the way across. And it will be a goal kick, and this will probably be the last kick of the game. And that's going to do it from Cashman Field. A wild yet historic night here in Nevada as Las Vegas Lights FC get their first 2 franchise goals from the same player, Juan Jose Calderon, one from about 19 yards out and another one from the penalty spot to equalize down a man, but Vancouver would find the game winner from the penalty spot through Kai Kamara. Devin Kerr, your thoughts?
Woo! What a wild and crazy ride that was. I'll tell you what, credit to Las Vegas Lights for fighting back into this match. And you know, very frustrating at times. They were up, they were down, they weren't out. I said that. They crawled back in, got back to 2-2. Unfortunately on the back end of the 3-2 loss, but you know what? Vancouver Whitecaps, they earned it. They got up, but look, bright things lie in the future for these Lights of Las Vegas.
That's going to do it for the game show. We will have post-game when we come back. Final score, Vancouver 3, Las Vegas 2. Stay with us.
I'm Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. I've helped Nevada residents buy and sell over 5,000 homes since 1994. We at 048 Realty are proud to partner with the Nevada Broadcasters Association in recognizing the Nevada Military Support Alliance. Nevada servicemen and women are battle-born and often stand in harm's way to fight for our freedom, with some giving the ultimate sacrifice. I'm Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy, and I am Nevada proud.
Here's your Las Vegas history moment. Eldorado days date back to the 1940s. Las Vegas was making a transition from little desert town to major tourist destination. Hotels such as the El Cortez, the Golden Nugget, and the Horseshoe were opening up and were welcoming visitors from all over the country. During that same time, city leaders wanted to create an event that would not only entertain visitors, but would give locals a chance to show their pride in their city and its roots. In the beginning, it consisted of a parade and rodeo, then grew to include other attractions such as the Whiskerino contest and carnivals. It ceased to exist in the 1990s, but was resurrected by Mayor Oscar Goodman in 2005 in honor of our city's 100th birthday. Historic projects like this help protect and preserve the city's history. They are made possible from the proceeds from the purchase of the Las Vegas Centennial license plate.
Back here at Cashman Field after a wild 90 minutes that saw a whole host of players and coaches sent off the field, and El Chalice was one of them. Final score ended up being Vancouver 3, Las Vegas 2. Juan Jose Calderon with the first 2 goals in Las Vegas Lights FC history. Tyler Terrens along with Devin Kern. If you're just joining us, we'll give you a little recap of the best moments from the 90 minutes here at Cashman, and it started out with some brilliant individual efforts from Kristen Teixeira and then eventually Alfonso Davies.
And solo efforts for sure on both of them, and just from top to bottom all around, the Vancouver was cruising. Whitecaps all over the board, all over the map, and the Lights had no answer whatsoever. Gonna get a look at Davies' goal as he goes coast to coast, one-on-one the entire length of the pitch. And as you said, Tyler, just great solo efforts going up 2-0, and it was very frustrating for Las Vegas.
Alfonso Davies named to one of the best 60 young footballers in the world. Forget about North America and the greater Nevada area. As Alfonso Davies put his skill set on display here, Las Vegas would try to claw their way back into the game in the first half, but to no avail, as they would head into the locker room scoreless after the first 45 minutes. But once the second half rolled around, and after that sort of awkward play with the foul and the red cards and all the fights, it was Juan Jose Calderon providing a historic moment for the fans here at Cashman.
Calderon grabbing 2 and 2 goals in 2 minutes, folks, and he had amazing tenacity to just grab a stronghold, and unfortunately Kai Kamara stepped back in and threw them into that 3-2 victory. Emotions running high, bounced all over the place, but there's a good look at Angel Alvarez. Did a great job of keeping his squad in it tonight, and unfortunately walking away down 3-2.
And our Laborers Local 872 presents the hardest working man of the match, and tonight's player is Juan Jose Calderon, sending Cashman into an absolute frenzy from 19 yards out and then from 12 yards out.
Former Pachuca player, we talked about, just storied career so far, and he did such a great job. And remember, all of this went on after the coach being thrown out, after their defensive back being thrown out, and you're down to 10 men, still able to show the resiliency to get back to 2-2. Shows character, and that's what they deserve.
And the next match for Las Vegas Lights FC, we can't promise that it'll be as entertaining as this one. It might be even more so, but nevertheless, make sure to either tune in or attend the match Saturday, February 24th against DC United and Bill Hamid at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That will be the next match for Las Vegas Lights FC before they head in to their inaugural United Soccer League schedule, starting with a match at Fresno. Well, it was a historic night here at Cashman. Even if the results didn't necessarily go their way, it's another loss, but the first 2 goals in franchise history did come by way of Juan Jose Calderon, and what a night it was. Final score from Cashman, Vancouver 3, Las Vegas 2. For my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, and entire crew, I'm Tyler Terran saying so long for now, and thanks for tuning in.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.